That brings up a question. I want to see, what's you guys' scariest sleep paralysis moment? Like, do you remember?
Dude, my one was fucking really bad. It was kind of recent. I was like laying down, and there was a chair next to where I was sleeping, with a hoodie hung over it, and my eyes were like open, and I knew it was a hoodie hanging over a chair, but I was like, it kind of in the shape of a hand. And then I was like, that is a hand. And then I was like, okay, that is 100% a human hand. And then it went on, it just kept like coming towards me. And then it was just some guy. And he was like, hello, I want to play with you. And I was like, ah! But I couldn't say anything. I was like, ah!
Oh, shit.
And I shat myself. Do you remember any of your childhood nightmares?
Yeah.
What was the scariest one that you had?
Ooh,
oh, you go.
Oh, sorry. Okay, this actually happened. It was I had a dream that there was a knight just chasing me down a hallway.
A knight?
A knight, yeah, like a medieval knight.
Right.
And he was chasing me. I was cornered into a room, and he said something bad will happen when I snap my fingers. He snapped his fingers. I woke up. A water pipe burst in my house.
What?
It freaked the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
I love that shit. But sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I had a recurring dream. I've had 2 recurring dreams growing up where one of them is I'm walking around the same house and I can remember the entire layout and it's fucking scary as hell. Nothing bad ever really happened though. It was just really scary and scary noises happened. But the other recurring dream was that I used to dream that I sit in the front seat of my mom and dad's car and I'd started driving for no reason. I couldn't stop the car. And that was really scary. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. But the actual scariest imagery, I dreamt that there was you know Darth Maul?
Yeah.
I dreamt he was riding a huge, like, kind of a combine harvester down an Irish lane, and I was running away from him.
What?
Yeah, just like big blades slicing.
That was the scariest dream you had?
That was pretty scary.
Actually, yeah, I'd be fucking terrified.
That.
And he was just following you everywhere?
He was sitting on this big combine harvester, just driving down, like, you know in fucking Wexford when you're driving down, there's like trees on either side, and there's fields on either side of the trees, and you're just on these narrow ass roads.
Yeah.
He was driving down them, and there's big ditches on each side, so you can't exactly escape. You just have to run down the road. But
Damn.
and my last dream I remember was a zombie fucking decapitating my family.
What?
Yeah, it was
so you have to see them all decapitated?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
That's
it was
fucked
after
up.
he had done it.
It's really fucked up.
I mean, it was kind of cool though.
My one, there was like a million clones of my dad, and they were all bad except for one of them, and I didn't know which one. And I was like, it was so scary when you're a kid, because I was like, oh, I know. Like, there was no way out, because they were all fake dads that wanted to kill me.
Actually, I did have a dream where my dad was in his warehouse, and a bunch of rats just stampeded over him. I ran over him like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, I've got the plague. The plague.
That would do it.
Oh, I did have something like that. I had a dream my mom was replaced by a cyborg, and everyone took it for a fact except for me, because I was like, she's metal, she's gray. And then my mom was like in a hood right outside the house staring at us. I was like, Mom! And every time I went to her, she like I woke up.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did actually have one more, I remember. I used to dream that I had gimp arms. Like little baby gimp arms that couldn't hold anything.
That'd be fun.
Like I'm a normal kid with little baby, like, mangled arms.
Dude, just like little hands coming out of your fucking
And I couldn't pick up shit. Like my mom would walk over and be like, here's your dinner, and I'd just drop it on the ground.
Oh, man. And was everyone laughing at you?
No. People felt bad for me.
Oh, God. That's the worst. You can't even, like, scratch your back.
Did I tell you I had a dream? I had a really weird dream about Persia. I had a dream that I was going on a trip, and for some reason I picked Persia, and I was really excited about
Chris,
going.
I don't think that country is governed by Persia.
I know. This dream is psycho. I don't understand what. Okay, listen. This is the dream.
Okay.
Me and my friend Jack, right in the dream, I was like, dude, I can't wait to go on holiday to Persia. I've waited my whole life for this. I've never thought about Persia before this dream, right? I've just heard the word.
We had one fucking bowl of lentil soup at a Persian restaurant. And suddenly, you want to go to Persia?
That was recently. I had this dream like years ago.
What
right?
is happening,
But
dude?
it's the weirdest dream I ever had, where I was like, can't wait to go to Persia. Then I'm in the plane, right? But then our plane like crash landed, and it crash landed in like this perfect like oasis with like a purple sky and like beautiful like ocean and cliffs.
That sounds
really
good.
nice.
A purple sky is scary.
Yeah, and I was like, this must be Persia. This place is beautiful. And I just loved it. I was like,
Purple sky
it's
gave
my
it away.
favorite place I've ever been in a dream before.
That
And
is the weirdest story you've ever told me.
I know, and whenever I think of Persia, I think of my weird, like, purple sky, like, ocean, like, beach place with cliffs everywhere.
Did you like read up? Did you like watch a video before you went to bed?
I have no fucking idea why I had a dream where I wanted to go to Persia.
Maybe you should go to Iran.
All right, I know what to do
Chris,
now.
what if we do like a GoFundMe?
I figured out what to do.
Bring Chris to Iran?
Yeah.
I mean,
Send him there. That brings sends.
send Chris to Iran to speak with the ambassador,
In the purple sky.
and I can hand him a hard drive with OneyPlays on
Dude,
it.
that's
Say,
bullshit.
pick out your favorite episode.
I have really weird recurring dreams. One of them is that I own a giant like skyscraper, but on the inside there's no windows and it's all black, and it's just like a towering attic. It's like that.
That's gotta be like a subconscious like fear of some. I don't know.
I don't think it's a fear because it's never scary. That dream is always just about like, wow, I own this entire building, but the inside is just like a giant towering attic with nothing in it.
Are you happy in the dream that you
Yeah,
got?
I'm just climbing it and
You finally
exploring
got
it
your
and having
Resident Evil
fun.
Mansion.
Oh,
Chris.
you're saying like, I thought you meant like I thought you meant like you felt like you wasted your money in the dream. It was like, oh, I bought a giant thing.
No, it's like I own it for some reason. And then there's
it's
another
like,
dream.
It's like Chris Tower.
I have another dream that I've had like multiple times where I'm in my grandmother's house, and for some reason there's one room in the house that's extremely evil and haunted. It's just one room. And nothing even happens in the dream. I just always walk into the room and I go, something feels very wrong. Something's bad in here. And it's like I get super scared in the dream and I wake up like sweating.
Okay, I have a genuine question.
Yeah.
Do you guys? How often do you dream?
Very rarely.
Yeah, I can't.
I know you dream every night, but I don't remember my dreams ever. I think the reason some people don't remember their dreams is because you wake up hours after having them, and then.
Well, if you use weed, it definitely like inhibits your ability.
I mean,
to
like
dream.
some.
I used to imagine really scary like shit, looking in the patterns and stuff as a kid in the dark.
I imagine that didn't help with your, like, you had night terrors, right?
I had nightmares, like every kid.
I'd better get to work. It's
You didn't have sleep paralysis, is what I mean.
I only started getting sleep paralysis when I was in college,
Oh, really?
and I noticed that it was only when I slept on my back, so I haven't slept on my back since.
I really wonder. I'm curious what the explanation for that is. Like, why it would be when you're only in a certain position and after a certain period of time.
I think it's something to do with when you lie on your back, your brain is like, oh, you're going into sleep mode because you're on your back. Better release those little chemicals.
You know, you can summon the shadowy figure in the mirror if you say, I don't want to have sleep paralysis anymore 3 times. And then you can face them in combat.
Chris, do you get Charlie horses in the middle of the night?
What's that?
Leg cramps?
No.
Chris, if you
It's
could,
been a while, but I used to get that.
if you could fight the shadowy figure that comes when you're in, you know, dealing with sleep paralysis,
Fend them off with a keyblade.
would you fight them to the death if it would make them permanently leave you for the rest of
That would be cool.
your existence?
Would I fight it?
Yeah.
Like, but I. So you're asking me if it's a real thing that's physically
If you
there?
had the option to fight it to the death to make
I would
it
lose.
stop haunting you
I
for
would
all
lose.
eternity.
You think so? You
Because
think
the
you would
thing I
lose?
used to imagine was like 10 or 12 feet tall. And it would
Really?
like lean
So,
over the bed.
Sweep its leg.
No,
It'll
because
die.
he was huge. He would kick my ass.
Put a
What
bunch,
if you stab him?
put a
Do you
bunch
think
of
that would
push
work?
pins on the floor?
He was made out of like black cloaky shit.
Leave Home Alone traps.
Yeah. Chris, you could easily kill him if you set up some booby traps.
Did I ever tell you that when I was really young, like 6 or 7, my granddad, just saying both. I call him granddad, but Americans will go, what is a granddad?
I like Granddad. I'm fine with
I
it.
think people would say granddad.
But my granddad bought me a little silver angel. He's like, that's your guardian angel.
I like this story.
And he was like, put it on your curtain, and it would look over you. And I was like, yes, good. And then I went, and I put it on my curtain, and that night, I had one of the worst nightmares I've ever had. And then, the next night, I had another nightmare, and the next night, I had another nightmare. And I just kept fucking having nightmare after nightmare every night. And I was like, I'm gonna take down this guardian angel and just see what happens. And I did, and I stopped having nightmares. Then I put it back up, and I had nightmares again, and I took it down, and I never put it back up.
I'm sorry I gave you nightmares.
I thought it was
Chris. That's
giving me
really
nightmares.
That would be really stressful to know that you're gonna have a nightmare.
Yeah, there's just like weird psychology. I was a little kid.
Maybe your grandpa put like a little speaker on it so when you were asleep it'd start
He
whispering
would tell you.
nightmares in
He
your
would
ear.
tell you scary stories while you slept.
Someone's bombing us?
Yes.
I had a dream the other night that someone nuked me while I was in the car.
You have those a lot. This is like the
Yeah,
third
this
or
is
fourth
definitely
time
not
you've
the first
brought up
nuke dream.
I guess I think about nukes a lot.
That's pretty cool.
I started taking these pills. I got pills from the doctor to help with my back pain, and ever since I started taking them, I'm having crazy dreams.
About nukes?
Well, that was one of them.
I never told it. It's not even that interesting, but
Go on.
the lucid nightmare. I told you, Chris.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
horrible lucid nightmare that I fucking had.
Go on.
I never. It wasn't even sleep paralysis because.
Wait. Say what it was. It was a little.
What?
It was
it was a little nightmare too.
There you go.
It was a little nightmare too, and it was this. I have lucid dreams sometimes, but I had a lucid nightmare, and it was like crystal clear HD, and I was laying in my bed, and the decomposing witch in a white gown was literally floating above my bed, and her face was like HD. It was more real than any horror movie I've ever seen in my life. And I was looking at all the horrible details on her face, and I was just staring at her, and she said, "I love you." And I was like, that is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, and then I woke up.
That is, she said, "I love you."
She said, "I love you."
Love is scary when you don't know.
But I was
what
like,
to do
this
with it.
horrible demon thing. Imagine if you saw the scariest monster you've ever seen, and it said, "I love you." Like, it's like, what do you want with me?
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's what's that leper speed quote? That is the scariest goddamn. That's what I said.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking idiot.
I think I had a dream last night. Somebody had a rock dropped on their head, and they did what you just did.
That's real. I've seen
that's
videos
really
of that.
scary. I suppressed it. You ever remember your dreams like the middle of the day, the next day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, try getting it out. Try getting. I don't know if you're gonna put this on television, but try getting it out.
I love that.
Try getting it out.
Try getting it out of my ass.
Try pulling it out of my ass.
What's in his ass? A little American flag?
There's a big flag in my ass.